What if the solution to all our problems was as simple as planting trees? I'm not talking about just a few trees, but billions of them. That's the challenge the Chinese government took on in the face of the advancing Gobi Desert. Hello and welcome to a new captivating exploration on Sphinx Sky. Today, we question a common belief, often shaped by deceptive appearances. A prevailing idea suggests that China, with its vast expanse, is rich in fertile land. However, reality is much more nuanced. We delve into the heart of a crucial issue: desertification that is eating away at Chinese territory. In this quest for truth, we will discover how China's Great Green Wall emerges as a bold response to this major environmental challenge. Stay tuned to the end to not miss out on this gigantic adventure that China undertakes. Don't forget to subscribe to support the channel and activate the notification bell for upcoming videos. It's commonly believed that China is a prosperous country with vast fertile lands to feed its population. However, reality is much more complex. China is an enormous country, but it's primarily a vast desert expanse, with 20% of its total land composed of deserts in 1990, according to the World Bank. Only 16% of the land is covered by forests. China is closer to being a vast desert than a green paradise. The territory is divided into three main regions: northeast, northwest, and north. Just north of mainland China lies Mongolia, a lesser-known country. Between the two countries lies the Gobi Desert, considered one of the driest deserts in the world and one of the largest on the planet. In literal terms, the word Gobi in Mongolian refers to a semi-arid territory shaped like a large basin. This desert stretches over 1,300,000 km² south of Mongolia. It covers a third of the country's surface, bordering China. It's composed of sediments from the erosion of volcanic rocks, as well as sediments from the ocean. Between day and night, losing nearly 30 degrees C is not uncommon. In summer, temperatures can reach up to 40 degrees C. Winter, on the other hand, is harsh with negative temperatures. The Gobi Desert is, in fact, the coldest in the world after Antarctica. Is there a valid reason to wake up one morning with a desire to plant trees? Of course not. China is doing it to combat, as they say, its greatest enemy: climate change, and more specifically, the Gobi Desert's desertification, which has become a serious problem. Due to the speed at which the desert is spreading, the latter is one of the most serious environmental threats. Over 27% of the country is covered in sand. In 2006, the Gobi Desert engulfed more than 10,000 square kilometers of arable land per year, compared to the square kilometers it engulfed in 1950. Certainly, China is a very large country. You could easily fit all of Europe within it. However, only 12% of the country is arable land, but that doesn't mean the country doesn't have enough to feed its citizens. These 12% of arable land are used to their maximum capacity, intensively. The issue is mostly that forest cover decreases every year while the desert expansion grows. To give you an idea of its rapid expansion, in just 1 year, an area the size of Luxembourg was buried under sand, approximately 260,000 hectares. Another concern is the yellow dragon, which is the term the Chinese used for these massive sandstorms, so immense that they sometimes reach the east coast of the United States. You can imagine the amount of dust, a real scourge for human and animal health. And you're well aware we live in a capitalist world. Everything is quantified. Estimated losses from desertification are around $31 billion annually. If nothing is done, social and economic instability is inevitable for the country. So China is rebuilding its Great Wall, but this time it's not made of bricks, beer, and mortar, and it's not meant to stop a Mongol horde, but a completely different enemy. The strategy is in place. They're planting trees, a whole bunch of them. China embarked on the famous 3 North Project in 1978, a major initiative to create a belt of windbreaks and reforestation to combat desertification and erosion in the northern part of the country. It's a response to environmental problems, especially the increasing desertification, sandstorms, and soil impoverishment affecting the northern regions of China. By 2050, they aim to create tree lines 4,500 kilometers long. To achieve this, the Chinese government has implemented two main methods for tree planting as part of the Three North Project. Firstly, an aerial seeding. To cover vast areas in less arid regions, an aerial seeding technique was employed. Tree seeds were dropped from the air to allow for tree growth in expansive areas. The other one is peasant participation. In more delicate areas, local farmers were involved. The government encouraged farmers to plant trees and shrubs by offering financial incentives. Land parcels were even rented for tree planting, sometimes at the expense of staple crops. For implementation, a 1+4 methodology was incorporated, combining sand fixation and tree planting to restore vegetation. The 1 inch refers to the use of a straw checkerboard to fix sand and create a stable foundation. This process involves laying straw mats in a checkerboard pattern over desert areas. These mats act as natural barriers, halting the advance of sand dunes and stabilizing the soil. The 4 inches in the approach refers to the tree planting stages. These stages include spring and autumn planting, supplemented by periodic sowings from container seedlings and broadcast sowings during the rainy season. This planned approach maximizes the chances of tree survival by planting them at optimal times for development. Water management is equally important. Regions affected by desertification often have limited access to water, making efficient and sustainable water use crucial. Water management techniques include collecting, storing, and judiciously distributing water for agricultural irrigation and ecosystem restoration. Innovative and sustainable irrigation systems are implemented to ensure water is used optimally, avoiding waste while supporting plant growth. By exploring these techniques, the Three North Project aims to address the two fundamental aspects of desertification: sand dune mobility and soil degradation due to water and nutrient deficiency. By combining dune fixation with effective water management, China aspires to create more stable environments conducive to vegetation growth and the preservation of land against the advancing Gobi Desert. Through this 1+4 approach, a high survival rate of 70% for trees and plants has been achieved. Moreover, vegetation cover has been restored to 40%, effectively preventing sand dunes from shifting. This approach has been successfully applied in various desertification-affected areas, including Yoshin County, which also marks the desert's boundary. There has been significant progress in China's forestation. In 2021, forests covered 23% of the country compared to 9% in 1949. Sandstorms have also been reduced during the 2009 to 2014 period, with a reported 20% reduction in intensity and frequency. This transformation has brought concrete social, economic, and environmental benefits and has had a significant impact on residents' living conditions. Income from agriculture has increased, providing better economic stability for local families. Natural resources are better preserved, contributing to the health of the local ecosystem and reducing vulnerability to climate-related risks. However, challenges remain, including biodiversity loss due to monoculture of non-native species, as well as vulnerability to diseases and windstorms. Issues related to tree species selection, planted land quality, and potential consequences for the local ecosystem are discussed and criticized in the context of this project. The World Bank rightly emphasized that quality should take precedence over quantity in tree planting. Choosing to plant specific species could be problematic in the event of a disease or epidemic affecting one of those species. Such a situation could quickly spread throughout the forest, endangering large-scale ecological restoration efforts. And why not let nature take care of it all? The idea of allowing nature to regenerate ecosystems is explored. A more natural approach could allow for balanced biodiversity to establish without major disruptions. However, this would require time and a shift in mindsets to move away from short-term thinking. The Chinese government has played a crucial role in mobilizing the local population and creating community engagement for the project. It encouraged farmers and local residents to actively participate in tree planting and land management. Financial incentives were put in place to encourage farmers to participate in reforestation while ensuring alternative sources of income. In terms of future prospects, the Three North Project continues to expand with increasing investments and resources. China maintains its commitment to expanding reforested areas and continuing efforts to combat desertification. China, as a pioneer in combating desertification and restoring degraded lands, has played an active role in international collaboration by sharing its expertise and knowledge with other countries facing similar challenges. This cooperation aims to enhance nations' capacity to combat desertification and promote global environmental sustainability. China has also participated in international initiatives such as the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, where it shares best practices and contributes to global expertise exchange. This collaboration demonstrates China's commitment to playing a positive role in protecting the global environment and promoting sustainable development. The Great Green Wall of China, with its benefits and drawbacks, remains a large-scale project aimed at combating desertification. Despite some setbacks, the trees planted play an essential role in capturing CO2 and preserving biodiversity. Striking a balance between ecological restoration and considering existing ecosystems remains a challenge for China and other nations facing similar issues. If you want this knowledge to be more widely known, don't hesitate to like and share this video. It seems we can together contribute to this change in mindset. So don't hesitate to subscribe and get the notification bell activated so that you don't miss out on future videos.